How do you plan to appeal to women voters in New Hampshire who are concerned about the Dobbs decision and how states may change their laws?
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
Getting rid of Roe v. Wade was an incredible thing.
Voters widely rejected an amendment that would have stripped away abortion rights from the state's constitution. And as you remember, this vote gained a lot of attention nationally because it was the first state to bring a referendum on abortion after the overturning of Roe v. Wade in June.
I was able to do it, and I was very honored to do it. But by doing it, things are happening that are very, very positive.
This was literally the first test of abortion actually being on the ballot. And I think the biggest story is the turnout, and the turnout of voters that don't usually show up in an early August primary. How did they make that happen?
I'm so proud of it. We put 3 great justices on the Supreme Court.
It is very clear that this race came down to issues, all right? And the fate of the abortion rights in Wisconsin on the minds of the record number of people who came out and voted. So my question is, do you believe that the issue was that for Protasevich and the Democrats, and that's why she won?
Well, I'll tell you, Republicans have overstepped on the issue of abortion. We have an 1849 criminal abortion ban. It is absurd. It is ridiculous that women in the state of Wisconsin cannot get an abortion. And women and many other voters stepped up today, and they showed how much this issue of personal freedom, being able to make your own health care decisions, how much it actually matters.
This is a really important question for you to answer, because this is something every Republican, including those who are running against you for the nomination, are being asked about, is would you sign a federal abortion ban into law?
And many of them are going to give you the same answer as I am. First of all, I am honored to have done what I did.
Chuck, I really don't think we can overstate just how big of a deal this is. The first ballot test for abortion rights, and the answer was clear, and it was decisive, and it was in Kansas. I mean, you said it there, a ruby red state, and here you had such an overwhelming message from Kansans that they want to protect abortion rights here. The message resonated, and here's why. Look, as I was talking to voters here, every single Democrat I talked to, unsurprisingly, was voting no, right? Was voting in favor of abortion rights. But not every Republican I talked to was voting yes. In fact, many Republicans I talked to, including people of faith, even pastors, telling me that they believe that this is a choice that a woman should make between her and her doctor, and they certainly feel like this was going too far. They've watched what has happened in these surrounding states. They've watched them go dark, enact these very extreme bans here, and didn't want to see that here in Kansas. And they said that, and they said that loudly. And last night, I talked to some of the women. We were on the air with you, Chuck, when that moment happened. And there was so much emotion. There was so much relief. There was also a ton of surprise because, frankly, nobody was really expecting this. As I've been talking to advocates here on the ground for abortion rights, they were cautiously optimistic. Some were even pessimistic. At best, they thought this would be a narrow victory. Nobody expected this. Nobody expected this level of turnout. And the question, we had, which way are Kansans going to go, but also how many of them are going to show up? We got a resounding answer to whether or not this is going to be a galvanizing issue for the midterms in November. And I want you to listen to the message that women last night told me they were sending with this vote.
The government doesn't know what a woman is going through, and that's between her, maybe her faith and her family and her life situation, to decide what choices she has to make. You may be against abortion for yourself, but you can't be against it and make the choice for someone else.
They were asking us to strip the rights, the privacy rights of 51% of our population. That's not okay.
I was so honored to have done it. We are in a very good negotiating position right now only because of what I was able to do.
This turnout, I thought you'd like that one. But no, seriously, these numbers are staggering. I mean, in Johnson County, the largest county in Kansas, 53%, almost half the state overall showing up. This is just absolutely incredible. It says everything, and there are a lot of strategists and a lot of war rooms right now making some new calculations today, Chuck.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some.